How did you meet David Peel?
Howard Smith was showing me and Yoko around the village, although Yoko didn't need any showing, but he was an old friend of Yoko's and I got to know him. And he took us down to Washington Square, of course, and there he was, you know, shouting about, why do you have to pay to see stars and all that? And I'm standing at the back of the crowd feeling all embarrassed, thinking, he must be talking about me, he must know I'm here. But he didn't. And then we walked off. And then another time we were going round the village with Jerry and Abby, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
And when we first got here, Howard Smith and Jerry sort of took it upon themselves to show us everything that was new, you know. Yoko saying, is this still here in the East Side? And they'd say, well, that changed, but this is still here. And we were doing that kind of gig, you know. And then we got down the village, and there he was. I don't know. It was arranged for us to meet him, but it seemed like a happening, you know. And he was just suddenly there, and we started singing with him in the street, you know, and we got moved on by the police, and it was all very wonderful, and that was it, you know. And then he was such a great guy, you know, and we loved his music and his spirit and everything, you know, and his whole philosophy of the street and everything. And we thought, okay, let's make a record with him, you know. Little knowing he'd done a few records before anyway. I mean, I knew vaguely, but it was great, you know, and that's how it happened, you know. But the thing about it is, people say, oh, you know, Peel, he can't sing or he can't really play and that. But he writes beautiful songs, you know, and even as sort of simple as his basic chord structures are, supposedly, you know, well, you know, Picasso spent 40 years trying to get as simple as that. You know, David Peel's a natural, and some of his melodies are good, you know.
Yeah.
If you took away the effing, the blinding, and the politics and just sang some sweet melody over I'm a Runaway or something, or one of his tunes. Yeah, well, I didn't never hear that. I must hear it. Well, then you'd have a pop hit, you know. If you ever wanted to do those pop 40, you could do it to, like, as easy as pie, you know.